ready for map number 1 of our semifinal matchup of TSM and Sentinels.
Thank you so much, Moses. Pansy and Puckett bringing you the action. This is the semifinals of the PAX Arena Valorant Invitational. Two top teams have not dropped a match. And if you look at the numbers, TSM 10-2 to just 10-1 for the Sentinels. Only one map drop the entire way. Early on, Drone taking some heavy fire. And this is going to be a slow start, but early mid control taken by TSM.
Yeah, but look at this cat walk coming out from TSM. I like this. It's probably gonna be a contact piece. They're gonna try and take the fight and then burst off the back of it. They've got their Phoenix lurking in mid as well, which could work so well. Zombs was so unaware, caught with his pants down, and now this is where you've got that mid lurk coming into play, but dappr's trying to hold back his blood.
Here comes the push from the top. dapr trying to keep him off. And there's the first shot, lands that one. Paranoid, but it's nearsighted, and he's able to find hazed. So big hold by dapr once again. The Star Cypher holding his ground as it's going to be Sentinels taking the pistols, and we'll have money going into round 2. The question is, how big do they buy up, and will they prioritize an operator on ShahZaM in this matchup, knowing the strength of Wardell once he gets to that weapon?
Sure, I'm just so impressed with dapr already. Just, you know, not only buying great deals of time with that first pick he got kind of as they came through heaven, falls away towards sight, still staying alive, doesn't overcommit, crushes it. I like that. That's going to really try and, you know, keep control of the pace. I absolutely love what he did there. So again, for TSM, I liked what they did as well, though. They did nothing bad. I like the mid lurk. This looks like it could be a different piece. Sick going to put down some early utility to maybe put then, you can see the combination with sinatraa into play, the slow in combo with the wall bang that can come through with the dart that would show up where they are. So nothing new. TSM should be aware. It looks like they've fallen into a mid take here.
And here comes the push up the cat once again. Zombs is going to call it out. Saw at least 2 guns there.
Cover going
and he is just going to slow this one down. If you take a look at the minimap, once again, it's going to be dapr backing him up on the A side. The rotation could be coming in from ShahZaM down the middle, but they don't have all the info. They hear the door at B starting to take some heavy fire.
They've got mid control. They've got what they wanted, but what can they do from this? I love the fact that having breach behind them is, you know, ShahZaM just needs to stay alive again, keep them boxed in, keep them controlled. Buy time for this short play to come through. Zombs towards hazed, but the trade comes in for Subroza. But by now, look at what's left. They're down to so few, just 2 stabs, and dapr's still about and just does wonders with that ghost. My God, that was crisp.
dapr played that so well. You caught Subroza reloading, but I think it's all set up by ShahZaM. The patience there, playing the middle of the map. He went for that jump peek, confirming it was more than 2 players in the middle, calls it out, and then the whole team collapses. Love seeing this early defense coming in from TSM, and as you can see, they're actually going to give the operator to dapr over here on the A bomb site. So dapr, yesterday, if you missed the matches, did not miss. You have a jet flying in at you, he's going to pick her out of the sky. There's no jets in this matchup, so I want to see what is the approach, as he looks like he may want to get aggressive.
dapr instantly trying to remove some of the utility away from the opposition, ensure that they don't get free info towards A if there is a, you know, an aggressive play towards those A pushouts. And again, I like this. Look how aggressive the defensive side is being, how proactive they're being. You have that double push from breach coming through, but Wardell finds it. dapr's already gone down. That's the pick that TSM needs.
Wardell with an opening pick. Surprise, surprise. The sniper's coming into play, but so is the Bulldog. ShahZaM holding strong so far in market. You can see the spike is just around the corner. sinatraa backing him up, and sinatra's going to bait it with the door closing. The peek comes from Subroza and a free kill for the defense. So now we've got 3 attackers left against the 4 defenders. Spikes in the middle of the map. 50 seconds to work with, so still plenty of time. But they're without their Sage. And really an op is going to be the key here if they can get an opening pick. But you got to get through sinatraa, who is so good at stalling here deep on B.
Yeah, this is where we're going to see the best of sinatraa, I feel, as to how much time he can try and buy. He's got to deliver at least 1 kill here or try and stay alive, because ShahZaM's the one floating at the kind of backside of B. Now, this hit's going to be a little bit drier than maybe they'd like on the attacking side, but they can play contact. But it's going to be sinatraa who's going to call it out if they do step out. They're going to see it now, so you can expect the swing coming in from ShahZaM. Might see a kill in the back. We don't. So it all comes down to sinatraa to hold the site, and he does. That's perfection from sinatraa. That was so well handled, the timing, and this is credit to how good sinatraa can be on these scenarios. This is exactly why you've got to hype this player up.
And can we remind you guys what weapon he just did that with? That was the Ares. Now he's going to upgrade to the Odin, so he is sticking with the LMGs. But a big gun round now going in favor of Sentinels. A fantastic start. Keep in mind, though, they started off very strong against Gen G before giving up multiple rounds in a row. So for me, you got to stay consistent. Do not give up an eco. Don't let any sheriffs find your head in this round.
Now this is the thing though, this is one of the big win conditions if you're a Sentinels fan, and a problem if you're a TSM fan is you want the economy to be in a very good position for TSM on either side. You want to ensure that someone like Wardell can get that up whenever he wants it. So again, this round, you want damage. You want to get guns away. You want to try and recover the economy because right now, as you said, they're down to sheriffs. It ain't much. They're going for a play up short, it looks like. Plenty of util in the way though.
And here comes the double shock dart play as it should be the first pick, not complete. And we will see Sinatraa still holding the corner as it's going to be ShahZaM forcing Drone out. Excellent teamwork there to get the pick. The attackers all hitting A quick, though, and it's going to be up to dapr and zombs. With the first two, Spectre at range, and dapr is going to have his work cut out for him.
Oh, Wardell, that's a little cheeky there, coming in. But ShahZaM's on the case, and Wardell, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Sinatraa is just doing him dirty. Look at this. The lineups, the spam, the wall bangs. It's everything you want. And I'm going to say this right now. Sentinels look so warmed up. Like, the way they've been playing, like, dapr's aim looks crisp. You saw zombs then just sliding that third kill. I mean, he was being shot at, so aim punch kicks in. But they look warmed up here. This looks like that they were grinding, getting ready for this one. Now, another incredibly paramount round for TSM. This could be the big turning point for them. They could try and slow down that economy build from the defensive side. They've got the op back out, but they need that start. They need to find their footing here, Puckett, and it's going to kind of happen soon.
I want to call it out now before that number changes, but Drone is 0-4. He has picked first blood for 2 of the rounds. Keep your eyes on the Phoenix. He was one of their star players in yesterday's performance for TSM, especially in that comeback. If he starts to heat up, that's when TSM can become extremely dangerous and make their way back in this game. Here comes Drone, leading the charge up the middle, getting rid of the cipher wires, and they're going to try and isolate ShahZaM, who normally plays the back middle of this map. This time around, it's going to be a rotation, as it looks like that is going to be held down by Puckett.
They've switched. They put their cipher over by B. They put Sinatraa over by A. They did a mid-round, well, not mid-round, but mid-game switch of positioning. Maybe just to allow for this A stack. Is this a counter to TSM? This is a really good read if it is. They've got the stack in the right place, and they know it. Subroza does find zombs, though, but do they expect 3 more players this close by?
All right, you just saw Sinatraa give up his location. Drone tried to punish it. Sinatraa with the Odin holding strong. We'll see how long he can survive. Here comes the push. 2 more players getting in his face. There's a second down. He can keep the spamming. 100 bullets in the clip means he can go all day. Finally, Subroza finds his 3rd kill. But the man has been a one-man army at this point. dapr, last man standing for the Sentinels. And here he's got to get through Wardell.
Wardell on red alert. dapr wanted to walk the smoke and spotted. This is going to be even trickier now. Everything's been noted. Trying to fake the sound on breaking the window and going to double back around with that util. Look how much they've got left here. Nicely held by TSM, buying as much time as possible. And Wardell ain't going to let this one go. Surely he just holds this. The crossfire stays in place. dapr would have to pull off a miracle at this point to get back in.
What can you do as a Cypher? The kit, not great for the retake, and Wardell is going to find the easy one. So up to his ultimate already is Wardell, operator in hand. Now we'll see, can TSM string this into multiple rounds in a row? But you got to keep in mind, Sentinels were able to build up a decent bank, definitely able to buy the next 2 rounds here. And we're going to see a little prioritization. Keep some cash. Sinatraa putting away the Odin, just sticking with the Phantom here. 9-1 to start, though, for Sinatraa. And on the other side, Subroza showed you what he can do once his shot is on with that 3K.
I just want to highlight as well, this is credit to TSM. They went into a stacked out site. There was basically, I think, 4 players there at that point. So to be able to take that is very, very good for them. That's going to be a confidence builder. They may be curious why they come against 4 players, but no matter what the outcome, that was a really kind of good approach.
Easing in his cutler through the middle of the map on the other side of the wall. It's the duo, Sinatraa and ShahZaM, love to peek together, and there is an opening pick on both sides. Drone is going to find zombs, though, so the A site being taken. All 3 defenders having to rotate through the middle, and you got Drone just waiting for him to push through the smoke. Sinatraa finding nothing. And Spike does go down. So now it's going to be ShahZaM with a retake attempt. It's going to lead this charge. Sick, letting everybody know where he's at with a little spam through the smoke. And the boys are going to try and go through the high ground. Hazed on the Omen. No paranoia at this point. Does have teleports, but that's not going to be useful here. Trying to spam through the ground, and he's really just distracting us. Wardell does the damage from range. Hazed from underneath is going to find one, but Sick goes for the quick res. So back up to 2 defenders here. It's ShahZaM and Sick. And instantly down goes ShahZaM. This should be all TSM in this round.
Found an individual fight, and I'm pretty sure time's kind of run out. Yeah, Sick, get out of there. It was a good little bit of a last moment, but not good enough. And there's got to be an answer now from the Sentinels. You can't start letting these get away from you. And there's going to be a tempo set, right? So TSM now have successfully hit that site 2 times in a row. And there hasn't really been a big answer. So I do want to see what they try and come back with. Maybe that was their attempt to kind of make a bit of a mid play coming up, but they lost players on short. So there's got to be something they want to try and implore to bring this one back around. But I'm not sure what state the economy is going to be in at this point for the Sentinels. They can still fashion a buy. I think this might be the last one that they can truly get in a comfortable way. But this is where TSM, as said, setting the tempo, they can then just go back to a B hit, and they've probably already stacked out towards A. So this is then TSM taking back control of those mind games.
And C6 soloing B at the moment. Spike is down on that side of the map, but here's Drone popping the ult and leading the charge. He's got his running back, and he's looking for info. Didn't see much except for the edge of Sinatraa. So they know at least where one player is, but not a ton of information there from the Phoenix ult.
Enemy tag.
Drone coming back out on the opposite end. The owl drone, I should say, from Sinatraa, as he is just peeking. Was able to tag one, and you're going to see that Spike still sitting pretty in the spawn. They're waiting for the defenders to peek. After watching the Sentinels footage against Gen G, not a bad play, because they were often going for the aggressive peeks, especially from Sinatraa and ShahZaM together.
But look how deep the defensive team's sitting. They're playing instant posture towards a retake on B. They're not even holding the B site. They're more than happy to let that go, apparently, and play on the retake towards this. They've just got to make sure they keep some utility. Sick is there, so he's going to definitely know when they hit the site. And I think now, seeing all this utility, they're going to know what's up. Let's go for a spam. Shouldn't go for the big fight. Needs to wait for those rotations to come in, which they're right about to do now. So if you're going to posture like this, you better be ready to hit these retakes, which is not easy at all.
Cutler's got wires watching B main. Meanwhile, Subroza was holding door, but ShahZaM's going to get the first peek. So here comes the defense. Hazed very weak, still back on site, hanging out with Drone. And we do have the Rolling Thunder available. Will ShahZaM invest it here? Now could be the time with everyone set up to follow it up.
Yeah, this is going to have to be a very, very comprehensive hit together, because time's going to be running out, and Drone has just found 3 out of nowhere. That's 4. Drone just went massive for his team, and Wardell is just going to close out at the very end. But a really nice take, and TSM leading the mind games right now. They have a really good grip on what they're doing in this.
Warren, I don't know if you noticed it, but ShahZaM was using his ultimate right when Drone popped out and got that 3K. So not only a big round win, but you're getting some of the biggest ultimates that Sentinels had in the bank. Huge round for TSM. You're looking at the very last buy from the Sentinels. If you lose this round, you are broke, and it will be TSM stealing the lead.
And now the switch up again. This is so nice. I like what TSM are doing. This is a very well thought out attack. They're kind of, switching it up again. Okay, successful B hit. Right, let's spin over back towards A. They are going to be putting Sentinels through their paces. This is the game we really did want to see between these two. Some really, heavyweight teams at the moment. This is going to put, Sentinels through their paces. They're not going to have an easy time. But there are still 2 players posted up towards A, and this aggression towards B makes them know, okay, well, they're not coming B, so we better get our rotation starting, and they're going to see all this util. And, well, zombs still fully blind, manages to catch Drone. That's not a bad 1-for-1, but there's only 1 man left on that site.
Set it up at head height and pull the trigger. dapr, can he be a legend once again? He clutched up in the early rounds. Now he's going to be swarmed, and this time Cutler gets the best of him. Instant use of the ultimate from the Cypher. That's going to reveal all the remaining defenders, and now they got the info. They're up top, plant it behind Generator. Let's hold it safe and force them to come down.
All of these players retaking from the same position is going to be really, really tricky, especially when you still have Wardell in that sort of position. Util left on Subroza to buy more and more time. At the moment, TSM are showing exactly what they're made of. This is a big performance, and this retake is going to be brutally hard. And again, these quick hits as well through hits are just going to make it trickier with this utility left, and Wardell is just buying time. He's being the biggest pain he can be. sinatraa might find one, ShahZaM finds a second, and suddenly it's game back home, and ShahZaM lands shots like that.
If you looked at the post-plant setup, you think this is TSM's round, right? You trade out one kill at the start, but after that, it was all TSM. This was just brute forcing their way. They stuck Wardell in the corner between ShahZaM and sinatraa pre-firing, couldn't get the shot off, and then, of course, the quick spin around from ShahZaM to find the kill on the Cypher down in hell. This is a big round from the Sentinels. We mentioned they were broke if they didn't win it. Now they got the op off of Wardell. They can all buy up. They're going to be feeling good outside of just a Spectre there on dapr, but that's not terrible considering what the opponents can bring to the table.
No, this is going to be a fun one. It looks like maybe a pacey piece towards B, because they haven't taken any control elsewhere. They are looking towards middle at least, so they've got they're not leaving it completely open. They're keeping some options open by leaving their Omen to kind of lurk around middle. Not being subtle with their presence here, though. Sick now knows what's up. Drone's going to punish, and they might springboard off the back of this.
sinatraa about to get flooded, and he's trying to trade out. Injured 3 players, but killed nothing. And with 4 players left, including the ult from Drone, they should have an opportunity to break on site. As I say, ShahZaM hits its first shot and the second on Wardell. Subroza and Drone are going to be able to pick up kills of their own, and dapr, again, able to pick up a kill to stay in this one. 1 versus 2. Both players are weak. It's going to take about 2 bullets each.
I liked what dapr tried to do, capitalize on the player holding the back while the plant was coming in, just for that second. Tries a new angle now. Still trying to get past Subroza, who's not allowing it. He knows the positions, the time is being bought here. Nicely played by the post-plant team. They're going to sit in deep. They do not want to allow any mistakes. A readjustment as well. Playing a little bit of a new angle. Close right on the boxes. Swing comes out, but dapr finds Cutler. A mistake being made, but the time is ticking. It's 4 HP. I think it's good.
What a 2v1 clutch coming out of dapr. That was even a Brimstone ult trying to delay him. You saw a switch up in the positions, but they kind of went to the same spot the other one was previously. So a little easy read for dapr on the first peek, but his reactions were incredible. TSM clearly afraid to take the straight up gunfight. They weren't able to peek at the same time, and dapr played that one well. It all starts, though, with a strong snipe from ShahZaM, and I think this is going to be a key throughout this series. Doing that damage at range, staying alive, buying time for the rotation, especially on maps like Ascent.
I want to see what they go back to for TSM. Now on the attacking side, the A hit still worked. The retake was just successful that time. You know, that kind of play back in with sinatraa coming back through. And I wonder if they go back to that, or if they maybe feel a little bit turned off by that one now and they're not feeling it so much more. ShahZaM, that sloppy gets caught by Drone. Drone is not going to let you get away with that anytime. Quick res comes up, but ShahZaM is really vulnerable here. They're going to have to back away, but look at this utility committed towards it as well. The defensive side having to work for this one. That mid pressure is really mounting.
And you're looking at the utility. It's all been used from the defenders in mid. Zombs holding strong at the top. Cat is going to find the first. Wardell is going to be able to answer back, but the Spectre did its job. They've got the info and they've seen the spike. What will TSM decide to do here? You still have a minute. You've had most success on the A site, so I do expect them to fully commit here, but they always could wrap it back around.
dapr's been so good at this. I say that, he'll probably die instantly, but no, he's good for one. Gonna fall away, doesn't overcommit on this, but you know he's tempted to. That shock dart in, those darts kind of coming through. And yeah, this is a great moment for them, but Subroza is still standing. And this man is a god of his own right, but there's 2 players to try and get this against, and ShahZaM's not going to allow it. My word.
Comes in with the classic.
The individuals. Woof.
Yeah, anytime you see ShahZaM working with sinatraa late in the round, this round is not over. The duo continues to push and do work. Nice res, though, from Sick, giving his offer an opportunity to get back in the round. And, of course, everyone surviving through the spray is what turned the tide for the defense here. Let's see what attacks can do here with just Sheriffs, as TSM have pistols in hand, down 7-3. This is not the way they planned this map, the one they picked to go.
And these post plants, the retakes that Sentinels have been pulling off are just wild. I mean, it's great to see. I'd say, you know, when we looked at Gen G, for example, they were very well constructed retakes. This is just some individuals really shining. I'm saying nothing away from the Sentinels, it works. And Subroza, speaking of working, that's a pick. That's a nice little freebie to begin with. You can't underestimate TSM's aim. You don't want to overpeak these guys. You don't want to be sloppy in these rounds because you'll get punished.
ShahZaM investing his Rolling Thunder down the middle, expected everyone to be pushing him, and that definitely is going to delay. Brings time for everyone to push up. As you're going to see a little bit of action from Zombs, just smoking cat. He's still playing deep. Defense has been very respectful through the middle. They're just giving this one up and making you play them tight, giving themselves time and opportunities here. As we take a look at the offense, though, it's going to be Drone leading the way once again. He's been clean with the Sheriff throughout this tournament. In their eco rounds, he was a key factor for them. Will he be able to find this first pick following up a flash? Right peek in, and that is going to be costly. ShahZaM finds the first. The second is dropped down to 0 health. sinatraa just beaming him through the middle. And it is a strong hold from defense so far. Just a pistol round, but you gotta love the way that Sentinels are using their abilities here. They are not giving TSM any free rounds. Subroza trying to be a hero, though, a 1v2. He's got 3. This would be an ace if he clutches.
Open up the sky.
He's got his ult. This could be so uncomfortable. Oh, sinatraa. Safe pair of hands at the end. That was... I mean, that got a little scary, didn't it? That got a little worrying. 3
it's
kills.
round 11. Let it rip, right? It's round 11. You don't want to save it for the final one. You got an opportunity. Subroza's feeling it at 13 and 10. But man, this has been a tough half for the attackers. TSM, we got to remind everyone, they were in the same exact position against Envy. It was a different map, but a 9-3 half before they got their turn on defense. So we'll see. Will they be able to put up a 4th before the half is over? They've got the guns to do so. Wardell only a half armor, but everyone else fully stacked.
This is a big wake-up call for TSM, I think. The rounds they got aren't bad ones, but 3 rounds is still just 3 rounds. Again, you don't want to be put through these constant comebacks that they have to do. This is a little scary for them, I can imagine. But for Sentinels, it's hitting just right. Going to take towards mid, potentially for ShahZaM. It was closed out by zombs in the end. Going to just spam through that smoke, knowing that Subroza was definitely damaged on the other side. Sick going to assist over by sinatraa by B. Just going to pop the walls, kind of buy a bit of time. Everyone playing very patient for the defensive team as well. They're not overcommitting here, and you can see TSM looking for opportunities. They're not being given many, if I'm honest.
Wardell looking through the middle. That smoke is going to be clearing just as ShahZaM is going to go for a peek. Does he feel the pressure coming? He's going to sit in a smoke of his own. It's only a matter of time before ShahZam's able to pounce. 3 players in it. They have the other side of the door closed, so ShahZaM in a perfect position to slow it down, but Drone somehow pulls it out again. Following up his curveball, he finds 2 headshots, and now they're flooding onto A.
This could be a huge round for TSM. It gives them that little bit of a buffer going in towards that second half, but sinatraa doesn't want any of that. He wants to stop it before it starts. Cutler kind of feeding there. Didn't need to die that early in no man's land, but Drone is on a tear here, Bucket.
Using that run it back, gives himself information and opportunity. Sick, though, with the pick on Wardell. It's going to make this tough. It's going to be the 1 versus 2. Can he clutch up? Not this time, as Sick is going to lock it in for the Sentinels. 9-3 defense. You can't ask for a better start for a team that they love this map, and their opponents picked it for them.